आगे बढ़ने दे उनको, पास आए तो गले भी लगा।
बचपन मना रे यारा, बचपन मना।
नई ये दुनिया नया आसमां,
बच्चों को बचपन से ही सिखा।
खेलते खेलते साथ निभा।
ऐसे तो उनका जीवन सजा।
ये बचपन है त्योहार हर दिन का, ये पहचान ले और रोज मना। बचपन मना रे यारा, बचपन मना। बचपन मना रे यारा, बचपन मना। बचपन मना रे यारा, बचपन मना। अरे अब तो मना ले यारा।
Good evening, everybody, and Bachpan Mana Re Yara, Bachpan Mana. Welcome to this webinar. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today to celebrate childhood, to celebrate play, which is so integral to every child's childhood. I'm sure the one of the most beautiful memories of your childhood has been a memory of playing by yourself, playing with your friends. So today we are all here together to launch a campaign jointly organized by Bachpan Manav, Ekstep Foundation and UNICEF. This is to remind ourselves for 11th of June, which is the International Day of Play. And with all of you here as partners, as collaborators, we'd like you to join hands with us in celebrating childhood, in celebrating play, which is so important in each one's lives. To launch this campaign, before we get started, I'd like all of you to open your phones and we'll do a quick Menti. And we have a question for you here. And the question is, what is that one plaything that you remember seeing in the hands of children which you were surprised with? Can you share with us any object that you have seen children playing with? Not necessarily a toy, but anything else that surprised you. Please go to menti.com and use the code that is given there in the chat as well. The link to the Menti is in the chat. Oh, very interesting. Spoons, pillows, mops, bowls, dupatta. That must have been such fun, imaginative play. I'm sure the kid was acting like the grandmother or the mom. Harmonium, leaves, chappals. How creative. Spectacles, stones, water bottle caps. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Must have been a fun game. Rolling pin, mud, a drum made of thermocol. And while all of us are doing this, I'm, reminded of how play kind of also gets reflected in the phrases that we use very commonly in our lives. And one such phrase that I've been challenging everybody to come up with alternative words is पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे बनोगे लाजवाब is my answer. Think about your answer. And in English, they say all work and no play makes Sunisha, and there are these fun things to think about. I'm sure in different languages there are such phrases, and therefore, to change the conversation, we need to bring such things into our conversations and discussions. Varun, can we have the last word cloud, the last visual of the word cloud, what all words we had? There was some really interesting. Oh, happy girl. Oh, we have some really interesting ideas. Amazon delivery box. I'm sure there are plenty coming into every household nowadays. Paper bags, ice cream spoon sticks, uh, leaves and sticks and stones and what all. And sometimes just nothing, playing with your own fingers. And that's so important. That's so integral. That's such a priority for every child. That's how children are. And why do we have to then talk about play? Why did we need to have an International Day of Play? I think from the conversations that we've had within the UN, I can share with you that, while the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, in its Article 31, had said that play is the right for every child, I think somewhere we've forgotten about it. And therefore, the need for a day when we remind ourselves once again. And it is not as if we need to do play only on 11th of June. We need to play every day. And therefore, the theme for this year's International Day of Play is choose play every day. And how do we choose play every day? Is it very difficult to do that? I don't think so. And therefore, when we choose play every day, we're not only ensuring that every child's right is being met, we're also ensuring that their brains are lighting up, their bodies are being built, they're discovering things around themselves. Their imagination is going by leaps and bounds. They're being creative, they're problem solvers, they're building relationships. So, play, as we've been all talking about here, is about building brains and building bodies. It's about thriving. And that is why we all need to, as people who work with children, with caregivers, with frontline workers, take this message that how play is so integral to every child's life, and that is so natural to every child. So, with this in mind, we launched this campaign and we ask you all to join us in this campaign. I hand over to Deepika to take us. Oh, sorry, before we go to Deepika, we've got some voices of children here, where what children have said about play and why play makes them feel so happy and joyful. Even if they lose in a game, they take back so much learning from that. So here are some voices that we have from children, where their manifesto is we should at least get half a day to play. Schools have become too structured. मेरे लिए खेल वो है जिसमें मैं खुद नियम बनाऊं और मुझे कोई रोक टोक नहीं करे. मैं कुछ भी करूं, खेलूं या कूदूं या इधर उधर उछलूं. That's so natural to every child. And they're basically saying, I want my right to play. So over to you, Deepika, to tell us about this campaign.
Thank you so much, Sunisha. And as Sunisha was reading out the voices of play that we have heard from children, there is one that will forever stay in my memory. From the Voices of Play conference last year, there was a little girl who at the end of the whole session said, she has one message for all adults. Falling down and getting hurt is a part of playing. Just because I will get hurt, don't stop me from playing. Children seem to understand things so much more naturally and almost intuitively. Perhaps this campaign is actually more a reminder for adults than it is for children. And therefore, I introduce this year's campaign for International Day of Play. As you know, the campaign slogan really for UNICEF and for the International Day of Play is choose play every day. It's a very simple, straightforward message, and it's a message for every caring adult around the child. And in the spirit of that, we actually are saying, let's choose play and symbolically take a stand and rally for play. And we're asking the entire ecosystem to rally for play by taking a pledge in their own way to support play. And how can you do that? You can do that by holding up a sign in support of play. You do know every time you see a do not disturb sign, you know how to act, don't disturb, right? If a meeting is in progress in a meeting room in your office, it says occupied, you don't open the door. When play is in progress, let play happen. And the intent of this campaign is really just to create visible signs where we are holding up our sign for play and enable people to do it anytime, anywhere, and across the country. Whether it's in a park or in an office or in a library or in a public space, on a footpath, it can be anywhere. All places are places for play. Hold up the sign and have a conversation with whoever asks you what that sign is about. Just hold up the sign and start the conversation. What can you do? It's very simple. Show your support for play in 4 simple steps. Here we have Rohini holding up a sign for play. Let's go ahead. You can set up a play moment. It can be in your community, it can be in your neighborhood, it can be in your home, it can be in your office, it can be anywhere. Set up a play moment with children, whether it's indoors, outdoors, in nature, anywhere. Doesn't actually, the location matters not at all. Then as you're setting that up, before that, download and print the signs and ask somebody to hold up the sign with the play in the background and stand in front of it. Basically, we're asking you to be a guardian of play by holding up a sign. And the signs, and share the photographs. We have a method for sharing so that we actually want to collect photographs from across the country where adults are standing up for play and rallying for play. Yeah. You can hold up as many signs as you want. You can get your friends and family to do it, your neighbors to do it. You can get young children and young adults to do it. Be, of course, very mindful of protecting the privacy of children as you're taking photographs. But aside from that, hold up the sign. This is a call to action for every adult. Go ahead. Here we've done this in our office with backgrounds of pictures of play. Go ahead. When you're posting, if you're doing it on social media, put this post copy. We are rallying for play at Bachpan Manao because it is important. It is an important part of child's life for learning and joy. Let's hashtag choose play every day to protect and promote play. This is the post copy you can use. You can modify to suit your needs, but don't forget to tag UNICEF. Don't forget to tag Bachpan Manao. Don't forget to use the hashtag choose play every day. All you need to do is put up a sign, and it's not that hard. And we've actually created little play corners in our office, in our homes, we have a bunch of things to show you that we asked a bunch of youngsters to capture play moments, and they did that on their own on the weekend. This is easy to do. Stand up for play. Hold up a sign. Where can you get the sign? We'll share that with you on the link. But how to share? You can choose any of these methods of share. You will find in the link access to a Google form if you want to put your photos there. Just email it to bachpanmanao@gmail.com or WhatsApp a picture if that's easier for you to this phone number that's mentioned here, which is 87922433532. Do this on the 11th of June. It's a Wednesday. I know it's a weekday. It's a busy day. It's a school day. It's a work day, but doesn't matter. Just make those moments. Make it happen. Share your photo. Rally for play. Stand up for play and hold up a sign. Do it at a traffic signal with your friends. Do it with a cop. Do it with an Anganwadi worker. Do it with a teacher. Do it with anyone. The more voices, the more that are added to this, the more visuals that are added to this, and more standing up for play that adults do, you create safe spaces of joy and learning for children. With that, I invite you to rally for play and choose play every day.
रंग चढ़े खुद का ही खुद पे बच्चों को तू ऐसे बढ़ा बचपन मना रे यारा बचपन मना
रोशन हो ये नन्हे दिए इन्हें तू रोज सजा बचपन मना रे यारा बचपन मना
Thank you very much for joining us today. And we're just going to keep it open a little bit if anyone has any questions about the campaign and can't find the links or anything of the sort. We're just happy to open it up for a few minutes. But this really was just our attempt to come together and make an announcement and launch the idea and invite people to participate. Though, of course, you will be receiving things individually from us as well. Yeah. Anyone who wants to put questions on chat and unmute and say anything, we'll be happy to hear. I think with that, I think we made our announcement for the campaign.
Thank you, everybody,
Very
once
much.
again for joining.
very much.
And let's celebrate childhood and let's celebrate play. And waiting for looking out for your posters on social media and tag us all.
Thank you very much. See you on the 11th of June.
Bye.
Bye.
रंग चढ़े खुद का ही खुद पे बच्चों को तू ऐसे बढ़ा बचपन मना रे यारा बचपन मना
रोशन हो ये नन्हे दिए इन्हें तू रोज सजा बचपन मना रे यारा बचपन मना
जादू है ये जीने दे जरा बचपन मना रे यारा बचपन मना
गिरने दे बढ़ने दे उनको पास आए तो गले भी लगा
बचपन